Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. If you found yourself here, there may be a message for your healing journey, soul's evolution, transformation, and/or simply information. If you found yourself here today, I hope that this message will help you because I was unaware of the things I didn't know. So, such as the occult. Maybe you're with somebody that dabbles in the dark, magic, voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft, and you had no clue. Okay, so I'm going to give you a story that's real and tangible for me, and it's my own experience, and hopefully nobody ever has the same thing, but obviously it's out there, so people are aware where they receive this information. Maybe they studied it, maybe they knew that you were a light worker, and they wanted to take you down literally to the underground world and trap you. So, for instance, if you've been with somebody in the past, they're the past. Hopefully they stay there, especially if they're narcissistic personality with mental illness, multiple personalities, and addictive things that they do. Addictions of all sorts. Anything you can imagine they have. And little did you know, they dabble in the dark arts. So for instance, years of on and off relationship with somebody that you knew wasn't healthy for you, but they kept coming back, circling the drain, doing things to you until you were sort of a damsel in distress, and then showing up unannounced and trying to save the world, right? That's the paradigm shift between an empath and a narcissist. You try and get away, they keep trapping you. They're doing other things with many, 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 many other people, right? Doesn't matter, won't even go into it, but they know because they're listening 24/7, 365 eavesdropping. I'm calling them out on their shit, saying they won't leave me alone. So, well, during COVID, happened to be, I was convinced to move in with this tyrant, menace to society, narcissistic, addictive personality with multiple personalities, which you learn when you live with somebody like this. They actually are on the dark side. Little do you know, they're extremely abusive, or I found out to be so. You're sleeping, taking care of their family and their chaotic ways, and you become on edge at all times. So rarely do you get sleep. Well, happen to be they probably drugged you or put something in your tea or offered you some wine and some other shit magical was in there where you actually fell asleep. Family was sleeping and they stay up all night doing weird shit in the middle of the night, which you found profound, right? Because everybody has to work. So I really startled myself because I could hear myself scream and I was sleeping and I couldn't format words, but I could feel my heart race and I was screaming. And the vision was I was trapped in a very dark, cold space. It was very cold. And it was like a maze that you cannot get out of. I couldn't find my way out, but my eyes opened. So I was awake and I was screaming, but yet my lips were sealed shut like a dead person. I was mummified, right? And I was very cold in my own bed. Well, not mine. He made me sell that. I had to have a different one. Everything in my world was taken from me. Once I sold my soul to him, right? Basically, that's what he thought. He actually took my soul, my whole body, mind down somewhere I could not get out of. And I was in a dream state, apparently, or induced because of what he did to me. Pun intended. Whether he drugged me or injected me or whatever, I actually was in a dream state to which I was held somewhere against my will. My soul was fighting to get out, and I heard myself scream. It was startling to me, and I sat up, my eyes opened. I remember not being able to talk and looking at this vulture predator staring at me, standing up, staring at me with dark eyes. Now, this is a person you actually just lived with, you just moved in with, but not like this though. And their look on their face was like, holy shit, what are you doing sitting up? And then finally, I remember feeling people around me that were familiar. Finally, and my body started to warm up, blood running through my veins again, and then I could speak. And all I could say was, "What the fuck are you doing? What did you do to me?" And then I started to cry because I knew what he had done. Tried to hold me hostage in a place where he could cage me, and I was cold, and it was dark, and I was alone. Now, maybe he's done that before to people and unalive people, and that's kind of the feeling that people do have when they go under, but to go under, 6 feet under means you're dead, right? So, can you imagine the feeling and the shock and the dismay and the disharmony in my body? So I sat there upright all night, staring at him because you don't know what the hell else is gonna happen. Well, little do you know, a lot of things that did happen. So you sleep with one eye open, sleeping with the enemy, fatal attraction times a million on steroids. People like that don't shut down. They're always hopped up on shit. They can prescribe themselves shit, buy themselves shit, intoxicate 24/7, 365, even on the way to work as a physician. That's what he did because he got away with it, even though he was called into the office numerous times. If you're the CEO, chief of staff, or you have a reputable reputation and people need to stand down to you, that's what they did. You got away with shit. But this scared the hell out of me, literally. So from then on, it was like panic in the parlor with my energy. And he sapped and tapped into it 24/7, 365. Evil ways, who knew, right? We had no idea. Meeting me, my ancestors, my family. But since God has a plan for me, I was able to get out of this trap. Trapped in hell. But I have friends in low places too. Little did he know who the hell I was, nor did I know who he was. Evil as can be. Sold his soul to the devil, and I knew at that moment it was scary shit bananas for me. So I was protective over myself, my children, his children, and our animals. And it was hell on wheels for a long time till I was able to break free. But that didn't mean there was not things in between that happened to me. Things that should never happen to anybody. Man, woman, child, animals, a lot of things that happen behind closed doors that people don't talk about. I grew up, whatever happens behind closed doors is what happens. That's between two people. Well, that's a bunch of horse shit to me. It is not okay for anybody to put hands on you, to do occult things, to try and take your life, to drug you in many ways, shapes, or forms, and to be power and their credentials to do so. And it's certainly not okay for everybody else to laugh at you while they're doing this. Being paid off. How much does it take for coworkers in the medical field, funeral homes, ambulance chasers, or whoever, attorneys, and justice system? How much does it take? Is it drugs, alcohol, sex? What is it? Manipulation, coercion, blackmail? I've received all this shit from all of them. Even offered 225,000 to go back and live with these tyrants, strange people for 6 months. Even their therapist told me to do so, to which I told him, "Are you fucking crazy?" No, that's actually not logical when they've had a gun to your head, and they have scalpels, and they have everything else, drugs possible, whether they can prescribe them for themselves or they order them in from different countries, or they go to different countries and bring them back in their cavities or in their fake pill bottles that are prescriptions, right, from their friends, so they have not held accountable. They always have a loophole, just like the justice system has a loophole. If you have illegal drugs in your prescription bottles that are prescribed from you by your friends, it's also their fault, right? So it's always somebody else's fault. Or the pharmacy, you pay off. Maybe you pay their mortgage or buy them a car, or the nanny or anybody else. So whoever they've slept with or conjured up, collaborated with, gone against me, it's actually unjust, ill intent, premeditated murder, right? So these things are not okay. So what I have to say to that is all of you will now be receiving at large karma Whatever you've put out will come back 10,000 fold on steroids. And this is karmic law. And spiritual law is much different. No matter how you run, how much money you've paid people, you will still be held accountable for everything you've done to me and other people that you've harmed that were innocent. They call us victims. I'm not a victim. I've just been suffering because of people who are evil, and so have my children. And when I see my children suffering because of somebody in my past, it breaks my heart. Because this was not my destined path. I was preyed upon by these vultures, these evil people. My ancestors, my guides, God Himself says, no, you will all receive karma. Anybody who's been paid to do harm to me, anybody who's witnessed these evil people and done nothing, you people who call each other religious people, you Calvins, cults, sadistic people, secret societies with your at-large money. What are you doing to help me? What are you doing to help society? Who have you helped in life other than somebody that can help you capitalize on your material gain, right? How fun are your trips? How much material things are you happy with? Do you like to see me suffer? You must, because it doesn't end. 24/7, 365, I fight for my life and my children's life. And I pray for my ancestors because they're mortified, and yours, because guess what? They all come to help me heal them because they're mortified for what you've done to me, an innocent person. Not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But I know what's right and I do what's right. And when I know better, I do better. And if I don't know, I educate myself because I ask questions. Do you care? No. Nobody seems to care how people live, how hurt people are, hurt people that hurt people. All of you people out there, I'm calling you out on all your bullshit today. And those of you that have collaborated with people, I will start using names starting tomorrow. If things don't change today within 24 hours. And guess what? If I'm not alive, I'll still get you on the other side because spiritual law, you'll see me there on the panel of judges. And it'll work. And you will be humbled and humiliated. And no, you can't take any of your material shit with you. It'll be destroyed, seized, and or somebody else will take it over. And hopefully it's God's plan to give it to people that need it. Somebody that needed a place to stay like me. Somebody that needed food like other people. Somebody that needed crayons in school and the arts in school. Somebody that needed a vehicle to get to work. Yep, that's what's going to happen. I'm putting it out in the ethers because that's what needs to happen. You evil, ego-based material pricks need to be put down and shut down. And that's what's going to happen today. God is a plan, and I will rise. I am speaking for God through God. It is His way to shut you down. And my voice matters, and I matter, just like everybody else I've helped along the way. It doesn't matter how beat, broken I am. I still do the right thing because you matter. People out there that want healing deserve it. So I'm putting it out in the ethers that anybody who's suffering in silence, please find your healing, and God will help you heal. So will I. No matter what platform I'm on, I'm going to give this message. Whether you shut me down or not, my voice and my vibration reaches all. And that's God's plan. And that's the message. And that's the mission. And those of you that are watching me suffer in silence, you will get the wrath. One way or another, it'll show up. And all those people that never showed up for me, you will reap what you sow. And those of you that were blessed to have me in your life, and if you're needing help and healing, maybe He'll show you the way. Those of you that need help will receive it. Those that are stalking me 24/7, 365, eavesdropping on this conversation, blackmailing other people, collaborating, all of these bullshit things are going to stop today. I have simply had enough. And when I've had enough, it must be pretty bad. because I've been up trying to help your people heal from your bullshit on the other side. And they have asked me to speak for all of them. That's why I'm stern with my voice today, because I have millions of people behind me telling me to stand up to all of you. And you need to stand down. Grow up and stand down. Learn your karmic lessons and move on. Because at your demise, you're going to be held in purgatory. So here on earth, we have a way of building good karma, which is far better than all the poor karma that you're putting out there. Today, this message is strong and stern, and I have a zillion people behind me pushing me to do so. And no, I don't get much sleep because I'm busy helping others heal. So once this stops, which is today, because I've had enough and I've helped your people heal 24/7, 365. That's my journey. And so today, stand down and find your healing. That is a strong, solid message, and I don't waver. I don't waver with my heart or my mission, and you can't stop me. There'll be a day in hell where you will, and I hope you live there for quite some time. And that's for me, and that's purgatory that you've earned. So you can start your healing today on earth and get your shit together. Yep, I'm wearing my cowboy boots in honor of my dad. Yep. And so that's from him directly. Stop fucking with his daughter. You're horseshit and you're a prick. Those are very solid words from him. And once you reach that level, it's over. So that's my message to all of you today. I'm really tired of this journey, and stand down because we're all standing up. And this is my final message, or I will start using names, dates, places, times, and we'll call everybody out, and the bullshit will end. I have simply had enough. And when I say I've had enough, that means I've had enough. I'm going to say it 3 times. I have had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. And so it is. If you didn't get the message clear enough, God's in charge, not me. I'm just delivering a message as a messenger truly is. So simply, I've had enough of all of you and your horseshit, bullshit, and all other kind of shit. Stand down, find your healing, and get your shit together. And so it is.